Fallout New Vegas. Why do I keep forgetting what the name of this game is? What is wrong with me? We are doing Boone a favor and going to Bitter Springs. And I think we'll dismiss him in, as much as I like the spotter perk, there are other people to get, you know? Well, here we are.
This is the place. We got sent from Camp Gulf looking for some cons who'd been making trouble with one of our settlements. I guess one of the settlers was connected because we sent everything we had. We figured this was a gang hideout, but they'd led us to their home. There's a ridge called Coyote Tail on the south side. That's where we set up.
See. Because you thought this was their hideout, you got here, you were ordered to shoot everyone. Or a lot of people at the very least. Orders which you obeyed, because you do with orders. That is a silly, silly noise for sexy sleepwear to make. I think we got cazadors. Maybe bloatflies.
Canyon 37.
Yeah.
That's what the NCR calls the pass down there. It was the Khan's only escape, so we set up here to guard it while the main force attacked from the front. Standing orders were to shoot on sight.
What happened?
Main force got spotted too soon. We heard shooting. Then Khan started coming through Canyon 37 in bunches. It was all wrong, though. Women, kids, elderly. Wounded started coming through, too. We radioed to confirm our orders, but command didn't get what we were seeing. They told us to shoot till we were out of ammo, so that's what we did.
did what you were supposed to.
Yeah, well, I'm not a soldier anymore. Those rules don't seem like much of an excuse now. Anyway, I'd like to stay here for the night.
You can do that.
All right.
Boone?
Something's wrong. Got a group coming our way. Looks like a Legion raiding party. It's big.
Shite.
Might be too big, even for us. If you want out, I won't blame you, but I'm gonna stay.
You don't sound surprised.
I'm not. That day you showed up in Novak,
Saves the trouble of finding them. Why do they come here?
easy target for grabbing slaves. I don't think they're here for us. Too bad.
What are we waiting for?
Tell the truth, I think that
Let's get this show on the fucking road. We may have trouble here. That's right, bitch. God, I wish there was a sprint. Not the trooper.
Come on!
Says you, asshole.
get to the camp before they do.
Let's hear that.
Don't ignore me. Is there a quest now? Do the bittersweet refugee camp and repel the Legion raid. Well, any more? Yes, there are. On the way. Back up, Boone. Boone, back up. Hey, 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 hey. Shit. Coming over the ridge. They're coming over the mountain when they come.
Run from me.
I'll give you retribution.
We made it through after all. Not sure what to make of that.
Aren't you sure?
Thought my time had come. Now.
When is judging or punish you? Things just happen.
If that's how it is, there's not a lot of... I don't know.
Can't take back what you've done, but your regrets can set you on a better path, man.
I guess they brought us here. One less Legion raiding party running loose now. Never a bad thing, you can take my word for that. Still feels like I'm living on borrowed time. But I don't see any reason not to take a lot more of those sons of bitches with me. You got a point. There's still some things I can do before all this is over.
Boone has no... If it was... Not count against his carrying capacity. Nice.
Yeah.
What do you want, Cat? You all right?
Can't believe the Legion hit us in such numbers. They're stronger than we think.
Let's search its pockets. Anyway.
I'm scared.
Can't believe the Legion hit us in such numbers. They're stronger than we think. The fiends are running for their lives. That'll show everyone what we do to our enemies.
Alright then. I think I'll bid Boone adieu here. What do you want, Kitty? Hmm?
Hey, I want to thank... If that's... Alright. Guess I'll be around Novak for a while longer until I figure out what I want to do with myself.
Oof. Next stop, trading post. I didn't need to get rid of him yet, I suppose.
That fiend leader shouldn't have messed with our great army.
Yeah. Hi there.
No offense, but you look like you've traveled a long way down some bad roads. Where'd you come from?
Good Springs.
Wow, you have come a long way then. I've never been there, but I've met some traders who pass that way. Well, welcome then. I'm Veronica. I live in a hole in the ground.
You live in a hole in the ground.
Well, a bunker, if you want to get technical. I think it sounds more interesting my way. But I'm not there much anymore. I'm usually out here picking up food and...
You just leave your family in the bunker?
Yeah, I'm not worried. They can handle themselves. But somebody has to get the groceries, know what I mean? And actually these days, I think they'd rather have me out here anyway. But that's a whole other story. So listen, can I ask you something on the level?
Go right ahead.
I had a run-in with this group calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. Pretty strange bunch. Do you know anything about them?
They're usually harmless unless you have advanced technology around them.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem for me. I can't afford anything like that. Hey, so where are you headed anyway?
Stripped?
Ooh, very.
Not exactly.
I'll be honest. You're the first person I've run across out here that looks like she can really handle herself. There are places I've never been to that'd be too dangerous for just me. What do you think? Maybe we could travel together, help each other out.
Don't you have a family to feed?
Like I said, they can handle themselves.
Where are you hoping to go?
Oh, nowhere in particular, really. Just hoping to see more of the world. Looking for a fresh perspective. I want to see how different groups have adapted to survive in the Mojave. See if there's something I can learn from.
Let's do it.
Now you're talking. One thing you should know first, though. I ask you about the Brotherhood because I'm one of them.
Of course you are.
I know, but I had to know how you react when I told you. We have made a lot of enemies. You still okay?
Actually, I'm more comfortable now that I know that you had some training.
I'm great at punching people. I'm not gonna lie. It's a gift. Well, thanks for taking a chance on a naive young girl from California with stars in her eyes and a pneumatic gauntlet on her hand. Let's hit the road, huh?
Don't remember what I need to do with her. Obviously, there are things that need to be done.
What's up?
Tell me about yourself.
I like long walks.
I best use your skills.
I like punching things, but sometimes shooting things just has to do.
Anything else?
Yeah. I've been taking things apart and putting them back together since before I said my first word.
Really?
You want to build something? Talk to me, and we can do it right there on the spot. Workbenches are for novices.
Nice.
Who knows? I might even be able to show you a Brotherhood trick or two.
Your goals?
I want a dress.
A dress?
Yeah, a good one. Something that's eye-catching and sexy, but all... I keep hoping I'll come across some old-world designer gown when I'm scavenging, but it never happens. Maybe I should move back to California.
That's your goal.
Hey, you try getting a date wearing scribe robes. Might as well be wearing sweatpants. I just like them, you know? They make you feel like a woman. Those ladies before the war, they knew what they were doing.
Something else.
Can
Who's this Father Elijah?
I would say he was my tutor, but that doesn't cover it.
Not that I
After my parents passed, he looked
mentioned
after me.
him.
The whole Brotherhood brought me up, really, but he made sure of it. I never had a grandfather, not that I knew anyway. But Elijah was in some ways what I'd imagine a grandfather to be.
Follow him from California?
It was by his request, actually. He cleared it with the other elders. Somehow. They sent him to look into the dam. There was a time when I'd have begged to follow. Watch him at work.
What changed?
He did. For years, he fought with the council. Taught me to question our direction. Meanwhile, he'd become more out of touch than all of them. On our way east, he demanded we stop at Helios 1 to examine it. While we were there, we received word that the NCR had taken the dam. He was furious. Called it children playing with a bomb, but he was mad because we'd lost its power. What we'd use it for. He didn't even care.
Different from how any of the others would have acted?
They're cautious. When they discover something, they respect it, learn its limits, consider how to preserve it. Used to drive Father Elijah crazy. He liked to learn limits too, but only so he could push them. That's not to excuse the other elders, though. They all covet technology for its own sake. Some are just more fanatical than others.
Ever try to talk sense into him?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't help him. He just didn't listen. And the idea that people talk back to him... If he could have made the Brotherhood act like machines, ordering them around with the push of a button, he would have.
Ugh. What'd you learn?
Elijah could look at an old device and immediately understand what made it work. And he could see its potential, where it fit with other technology. It's not something he could teach, but he tried with me. Some of it stuck. But that's what he taught me. You ask what I learned from him.
Mm-hmm.
I learned what I don't want to become. In the end, there was just him and his vision. Nothing and no one else.
Close.
Yeah,
Where is he now?
I don't know. Last time anyone saw him was in the battle at Helios 1. I wasn't there. He gave orders to hold the plant until he could be reactivated. But he ran out of time. The NCR overran it. Everyone thought he was dead. But I got a note from him at a comm station. That's how he liked to talk, even to me. He wasn't good at face-to-face.
What's the note?
It was... strange. I don't want to say delusional, but I don't know what else to call it. The only thing familiar about it was the signature. He said the Brotherhood was doomed, but that he'd return, save us. But the way he said it... I don't know. Said he'd return with one of the greatest treasures of the old world. Make the Mojave like it was meant to be. Wipe the slate clean.
That sounds bad.
Like what?
Well respected?
If you take trying to keep me as far away from Hidden Valley as possible because I ask too many difficult questions as a sign of respect, oh yeah. That's not to say I don't get along with them. I just think they don't know what to do with me sometimes. Like...
Else?
Just my parents. They died in the same battle, trying to hold off the NCR from... something. Like...
Someplace.
Nowhere specific. I just know there are a lot of groups. I want to understand...
She was dead when I got there. I heard of a bacon guy.
Sure. He's one of the hotel managers on the... Him and the other chairman run the Tops. It's one of the nicer hotels. Or
Well,
so I hear.
I
Elder
thought you'd
McNamara
be
wouldn't shell out
joking
for a
or something.
passport for me, so I've actually never been to the Strip. Why do people get so cheap when they get old? You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'm worried they'll be the death of the Brotherhood. They take what they want. We defend our interests to the death. But there's a handful of us and tens or hundreds of thousands of them. So it's not going to end well. Last time we clashed, we lost a lot of people. Retreated to our bunker. Now we're afraid to even move around during the day. It pays like ass, but it's hard to get other work with my skill set. What do you want to know?
How did you get to be a member?
More sexual favors than I can even count. No, actually, you're born into it. My parents, their parents, so on. When you're young, you can choose to leave, but it's home, so most people don't. We don't take on new members, really. You can do the math on our long-term prospects based on that point.
Yeah.
I keep hoping we'll change that.
What's their purpose?
Good question. These days, it's hard to say. Once upon a time, it was about technology, controlling it so it couldn't destroy us again. Energy weapons and power armor are usually tops on our list, although I appreciate anything that's vintage. But that all seems so limited now. We haven't grown or adapted, and now we're stuck in a hole, not carrying out our mission.
What do you do?
I'm a procurement specialist. Like I said, it's basically growth. The elder who brought us to the Mojave, Father Elijah, usually had me looking for these old memory units. But nowadays, I'm usually sent to do business with traders at places like the...
Like it?
I know sometimes I sound like I don't. I know. But there's an honor to it. We're protecting people. We just lose sight of the big picture sometimes. Treat all our practices with the same sacredness.
What's the codex?
Ah, the Codex. If it's in there, we have to abide it. If it's not not important. It documents our history, too. Part of what scribes like me do is update it. I wonder...
You wonder?
Nah, they'd probably catch it if I rewrote the Founder's Axioms.
Will they protect people from raiders or other threats?
No. We only protect people from themselves, and only in the sense that we don't let them have the really good pre-war toys. And sometimes it's more like we protect ourselves from them and hope to outlive them and become humanity's sole heirs. We've had people go rogue, though, and start helping people. One chapter had a small civil war over it. We take our isolationism seriously.
Who's Father Elijah?
He was our elder when we came east. A wizard with technology, really. His mind just worked that way, naturally. I learned a lot from him. But he started having disagreements with the other elders. The Brotherhood's interest is in old technology. He wanted to explore developing new tech. And there were other ways he wanted to push, other weapons, ones with ethics questions attached. Rather than deal with him, they sent him east.
Let's keep on keeping on. First, let's save and call it a video. I'm the Blues 32. This is, Fallout New Vegas, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.